Hello, I'm Vijay Karana. Welcome to My Australia, the show about people from overseas having Australian experiences. Coming up on today's show, Priya tours some sacred Aboriginal land, Jay checks out a wildlife rehabilitation centre, and Ida and her friends go camping. Australia's Indigenous people have a very special relationship with their land. To find out more, Priya is going on an Aboriginal tour. Let's go along with her.
Hi, I'm Priyashni. You can call me Priya. I'm from Ba, that's a village in Fiji. In my family, I have my parents and I have my younger brother and my younger sister, so I'm the eldest. I grew up on a farm, playing with chickens and cows and horses. As a child, I would say I was very naughty and I was very inquisitive. I was awarded an Aussie scholarship to do Bachelor of Arts in International Studies here in Canberra. I'm on an internship program with the Fiji High Commission. So I'm trying to juggle my studies and internship and work. So it's all fun at the moment. I live in a flat with my friend and I go for part-time work that's on weekends and Friday nights, of course. I think in Fiji we are much more socialist. We love bonding and being together. Whereas here is much more individualistic. I don't even know my next door neighbor. Whereas in Fiji I know the whole village. So back in Fiji, I taught for 4 years. So as a teacher, I was very nice and proper and I couldn't do anything that was out of line. My personal goal was to liberate myself more. My English has improved a lot and I'm doing things that I didn't think I would be able to do. I'm driving here, so it was another achievement. So really happy. Coming here, I really got my wings. Hello.
Hi, how you going?
Good, thanks. I'm Priya.
Adrian, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hi, I'm Gracia. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
I'm here at the Tidbinbilla Nature Reserve Centre. I'm with my friend Gracia. She's from East Timor.
We've had some archaeological work done there, and the carbon dates that we've got back are 25,000 years of Aboriginal occupation. So quite a spiritual place too.
Really excited to be able to see this because I haven't actually had a chance to go and see the Aboriginal sites.
Yeah, my name's Adrian Brown and I'm the Canberra for Ngunnawal Country Ranger. My job involves a lot of interpretation, so interpreting the country, the landscape, the plants, the animals.
I might show you this bush. It's a soap bush.
And all we do is get a few of the leaves, probably some of the fresher leaves.
Yeah.
So we might get some of these ones up here. You don't need many. Put them in my hand and roll it into a, try and get it into a ball.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's actually leathers, yeah.
So that's the bush soap. That's just the blackwood. This was also used by women in traditional times. They used this for a medicine and they done it for a ceremony. Only the women with the knowledge know how to do it.
Okay.
Because there were two European guys that seen a few of the women making some drink out of it, and they tried to copy it, and they got the process wrong. So when they drank it the next day, they found them dead.
Oh.
All their insides were hardened up.
Yeah.
I'm failing it.
Bit of practice.
Oh.
Nearly there.
No, you can't. It just fell off.
She's got a joey in her pouch.
I've actually never seen a joy in a pouch.
Yeah. Come up a bit closer and they might.
Okay.
Oh, there's the head coming out. See the head coming out?
Oh, yes, that one, yeah. It's cool. I've never seen that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Just to see the joy in the pouch is really cool. There's just so many poo everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. There's so many of them. You can see here you got a wetter poop. This is a wet one.
Yeah?
And this is a dry one. And the dry one we use for making the fire. So with the rubbing sticks, the two sticks, we rub it together and we put a little bit of this in and a bit of charcoal. And this is what causes it to ignite. Inside that grass, there's methane gas.
That was really amazing because it's the first time for me to see a joy in a pouch. Like, just amazing, yeah. Just to be able to get so close to the kangaroos was really good. This experience is actually reminding me of my my home because I live on a farm, so I do most of the bushwalking and trekking, something like this. So it's quite close to what I do at home, but totally different in the same as well, because the trees, the plants, the rock formations, everything is so different.
Yeah, this bush here, this is one of our ceremonial bushes, highly valued. And all our sacred sites, you'll see this. So the place we're going to now is a sacred place, and that's why you see a lot of this around it.
Oh, okay.
I'm an Ngunnawal man, and I guess I'm pretty lucky and privileged to be working on the country. This is a special place for us, and every time I go into these areas, I always say something in my heart to my people and say thank you for taking us and letting us come in and visit these special places. So if you want to do something similar on your way in, it's just to yourself so that you acknowledge it, and then and on your way out as well. Doesn't look like much, but 25,000 years ago, my ancestors were here living, you know, and back in that time, we were in an ice age as well. Yeah, well, I feel very spiritually connected to this place. It's kind of hard to describe. It's when I come into a place, I feel that sense of belonging, and I try to share that sense by the way I interpret the place. So I hope that when people come out, that they get that vibe from me, and they can take that away with them and share that, because I think it's important to share.
It's just so amazing to see it being preserved the way it is, and I'm just really glad I got a chance to come and see this when I'm here. How many people would have lived in this area?
Yeah, there might have only been a few sort of coming in here, but the main people that would have come in here were the people that would discuss ceremony. Okay, so the rest of the families would have sort of sat out in the plains where we just come through, and the rest of the chiefs of the tribes.
So it's just a meeting place?
It's just a meeting place for bosses to come and sit down and talk, just like a church, really.
What is that?
This is oak. You know how they, how you see people in ceremony and they got the paint on them?
Yep.
That's what this is.
But is that actually paint?
It's ochre, actually. It's clay.
Adrian has this spiritual connection here. I really appreciate that, and it was something for me to learn and know as well, that we could just come here and in this place and just connect. Okay.
So this sign, this is more like an owl, so it means an owl. Yeah. These are our clapsticks that we use in ceremony. So you can see that design I was doing on my arm. It's on here. So we're talking about our mountains and our meeting places. The way to do it is actually hold it in your hand. If you hold it like that, the sound won't come out. It needs to reverberate. So if you hold it like that, the sound.
I'm really grateful and thankful to Adrian for just experiencing an Aboriginal way of life.
I really hope that they go back and tell their friends about it, and that, you know, share that passion and that excitement, and invite them out to come and meet me and the rest of our rangers as well, and you know, share some of this beautiful country with them.
The scenes here and the sun setting with the mountain ranges, it's just so beautiful. Yeah, I'm really, really glad that I could see this side, because being in Canberra, I mean, I would come to, everything is just so brown, but here it's a mixture of everything green, plus the stones, plus just the mountain range is really, really beautiful.
That's Priya, learning all about how Indigenous Australians see the land they live on. Our next guest, Jay, is going to visit an animal rehabilitation centre. He'll get up close and personal with kangaroos and koalas, and he might learn a thing or two about Australian culture too.
My full name is Ankur Jalvi. I am from Delhi in India, and I'm 23 years old. When my father passed away and my mom remarried, it kind of changed my point of view towards people, and I think after that point I became more independent. When I first came here in Melbourne, the first thing that I noticed was it was so quiet. I study in La Trobe University and I study finance, and right now I'm living in student accommodation. Yeah, I like to make YouTube videos. Where are you going? What are you doing tonight? What? Why are you wearing this? Why are you wearing that? Wait, why are you naked in your room? What? I just come out and shower. And it's all about what I have seen here in Australia and what I used to do back in India. There are so many misunderstandings about Indians and Australians all around the world. Over here, I have a couple of friends who are really good at instruments, like one of my friend, Aaron, and other friend Sam, they're really good at guitars. And other friend Andre, he's really good at jam bass, single drum. So we usually just, sit around when we are free and we just jam. We sing, we play guitars, we play drums, and it's really good. It's fun. Everything that I do here, most of the things that I can do now, like living on my own, cooking and cleaning and just, surviving on my own, it's completely a different thing. And back in India, I didn't used to do any of these things. Today, I'm going to Cape Otway Conservation Ecology Center, and I'm going to work in wildlife rehabilitation.
Hello, it's BJ. Yep. I'm Liz, it's lovely to meet you.
So I'm looking forward to meeting all these beautiful Australian animals.
The Conservation Ecology Centre is a non-profit conservation organisation. We have lots of injured and orphaned animals brought to us every single year, and we look after them until they can be released.
Many Australians have never seen tiger quolls. They're very, very special.
So what is this breeding program about?
Well, the tiger quolls are an endangered species and they're in lots of trouble out in the wild. They're declining very, very quickly. So the captive breeding program is about maintaining the genetic diversity of the quolls that we have in captivity as an insurance population.
Okay.
So these two quolls in here are on honeymoon at the moment. It's their first breeding season.
Back home, the community work that I did was actually part of my education system. And once I did it with that, I actually felt good because, you feel different when you help other people. Oh! Oh!
Babies.
So small! Only encounter that I had with animals before was in a zoo. So I'm hoping, that I'll just have that good feeling again. It's here, in my hand. Here. So, oh, I'm trying to feed this little, oh, it's just so hard. Okay. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh. Okay, it's just, okay. It's not for you, babe. You're done with yours. These are little joeys, and they're really small, and they've been rescued as well. And most of these little kangaroos came in here because their mom died in a car accident or in some other tragedies. And now that they're here, Lizzie and all the people in the rehab center are actually their parents now, and they take care of all these little animals. Check out these bigger kangaroos here. Now, some of these kangaroos, they're in the care of Lizzie back in the rehab center, but now they're free in the wild. And if you compare the size of the smaller ones that I was holding and these ones, they're really big.
At Cape Otway, we have some really prime koala habitat, some damp sand sclerophyll woodland, which is dominated by manigums, and the koalas really, really love it.
Manny's mum was hit by a truck.
Oh. So are these all the animals here that you have, they're all rescued?
That's
mostly from accidents. And how does it go? Like, people report them to you and you get them in, or
That's
people
right.
leave them here?
Sometimes people bring them to us.
Okay.
Parks rangers and the police and tourists and our neighbours.
It's actually the first time that I've ever seen a koala, and that too so close, and I'm able to touch it and pat him.
Unfortunately, the habitat is in decline, and we're doing a lot of work to address that, investigate what the causes are, and take some measures in order to build resilience in that habitat and to restore it. Koalas come to us for a variety of reasons, most regularly because of car accidents. Sometimes they can have broken legs or nasty abrasions. Head injuries are quite common in koalas. Their heads are just at bumper bar height. So they come to us, and we work with our local vets and with wildlife expert vets to sort out treatment plans for them. If they need any surgery, they go and have that done. And then they're cared for. And for koalas, that can be a very, very long time. They have quite a slow metabolism, and so healing takes them a long time, and growing takes the joeys a long time. So we look after them until they're ready to be released, and then we take them back to where they came from. So it's wonderful to see them heading back out into the wild.
Oh, I got a baby koala in my hands. Oh, hello, baby koala. It's actually really cute. Cute little animals, and they're so lazy. They even eat so slow. And because they've been rescued here, Lizzie is taking care of all these animals. So all the leaves that you see here, we actually got it from the forest for the koalas to eat. And yeah, once they are ready for the wilderness, they'll be left outside just to live the life the way they do. I think that after doing everything that I did today and after meeting Lizzie and her team, I see myself a bit more concerned about other things than me. Because till now, I would say I was just, my life used to revolve around just me. But now I think if I open up my eyes and see other people's life around here, I'd say I'd need to just take a bit more time off my personal life and just, you know, go around and do some community work like this.
Hold on to her underneath, right down here.
We've really enjoyed having Jay here today. I hope from today he's had a really nice time out in the Australian bush, learned a bit about Australian wildlife and yeah, enjoyed helping us to care for them.
Can I just go a bit? Now that the day is finished and after everything that I've done, I'd say now, personally, I feel like I want to do these kind of stuff a bit more because not only it makes you happy, it also gives you knowledge about animals as well. So it's like kind of a double bonus. It makes you happy, you get to learn a lot more, and it's a bit different than your usual life. So yeah, I'd definitely say I'd come back and do something like this again for sure.
That's Jay, helping to look after some rescued Australian animals. For those of us who live in the city, camping is a great chance to leave it all behind and get back to nature. Let's find out what some people here think about camping.
Do you like camping?
I love camping, yeah.
Why? What's so special about it?
Oh, it's just, you know, peaceful, serenity, fishing, you know, if you go by the river.
Yeah?
I do, yeah, every Easter. I go back to the country and go camping with my mates.
Some years ago, I used to do a lot of camping, tent-wise, but getting a bit older and beyond that.
Well, yeah, I went for a music festival up in Byron Bay and just camping up there and not showering for a few days, just living off the food I had, yeah.
Yeah, I would love to, but I'm a bit of a hygiene freak, so I need a sufficient amount of water.
Yeah.
Yes. The first year I came to Australia for the Christmas. Yes.
How was it?
Very good. And the sky there at that night was so beautiful. In China, we can't see the stars, but at that night it's the first time I see so many stars on the sky.
It's more, I guess, a lot of drinking and a lot of fishing and a lot of listening to music and just having fun, catching up with your mates you might not see very often. So I think it's one of those things, yeah.
Now let's join Ida and her friends as they go on a camping trip.
My name is Ida. I'm from Indonesia. I'm currently studying at the University of Wollongong. I came to Wollongong with my husband and my son. At first, it's not easy for me to be friends with the local students. Maybe it's because of my appearance with my hijab. Never stop trying to make friends with the local people because once you do that, they will be so wonderful and helpful. When I came to Australia, I was amazed to see so many national parks with so many camping sites. And then I also saw many people doing camping in their weekends. I'm really curious to try some activities in camping in Australia, like making damper and cooking ability. I'm going to camp with my postgraduate students in arts, and I'm really thankful that they are willing to help me to make it possible.
The name is Mustafa.
My name is Ellen.
My name is Josip.
My name's Ray.
Snap them like that. So if we just like make them all up, it's easier to find.
them out next to each other.
Yeah.
Scout girl.
Ellen, lead.
Maybe this is the...
Okay, the doors at your end.
It was really fun. It was my first time to build a tent because I don't have any idea at all how to build that big tent. But then this is really complicated. Especially it's not my tent, it's not their tent. So that's challenging. But then we did that finally, in 1 hour.
She got in there and did things really well. We all didn't know how to put up a tent very well.
Watch out!
Success!
It's been in.
You missed the whole thing.
You're ready.
We got a situation here.
Okay, that's all right. Thank you.
I really enjoyed making the damper with Ida. I thought that was fun. I liked her surprise when I said you can be rough with it. And she was like, oh, really?
I think the flatter it is, the quicker it's going to cook. Stretching it out a little bit.
Honestly, I just loved hanging out around a fire. It's fun getting a group of friends together and just chatting over a bonfire.
And wrap it around. So you've got your damper on there.
Oh.
And stick it into the fire.
Perfect. It's not really salty.
Yum.
That's all. Yum.
Now you've had damper.
Yeah. Great.
Yum.
Yeah, I like it.
The bush food that we had was great. I mean, it tastes really perfect because that was the first time for me to taste damper. It feels really delicious. We also made billy tea, that's Australian bush tea, and we cook the water on the fire, and after that we spin the billy tea for 3 times to make the tea leaves go down.
It smells like tea.
We toast the marshmallow on the fire. When it's ready, we put them on the biscuit.
I don't know if anything can ever be too sweet. I don't want some more. You want some left.
Yeah, fun downstairs.
I guess what I learned from knowing international students at uni, it's really interesting getting to know the people rather than just the culture. But actually talking to somebody from a different culture and experiencing it through their eyes is really fascinating.
They're awesome, fun people, and sometimes you let the language barriers get in the way. It's cool and worth it when you do.
That was so scary. Aren't you scared?
I'm scared of mice now.
Okay.
This is really fun for me because I've got so many first experiences. I made the fire by myself. It was really amazing. I've got my lovely friends over there helping me and make my dream, one of my dreams come true. I'm a happy camper.
Wow. So good.
Lights out.
There's nothing better than good friends, a campfire and some delicious food. Well, that's it for today's show. You can watch more on our Facebook page. Here's what's coming up next time. Raymond learns Taekwondo, Natsumi rides in a steam train, and Jayshri visits a fruit farm. See you then.